Hello my little freaky neeks, thank you for coming back to my channel for yet another video. This is my episode 2 of my journey video. To kind of like update you guys on everything. Well, tomorrow is my appointment, so I'm really excited about that. Like I've mentioned, I really hope they know what I'm talking about and they kind of like don't deny me, and it just, you know, kind of goes well and I can finally go on hormones already, because damn it, I've felt like it's been years. It feels like it's been like forever since I've, you know, been trying, because honestly it really has. I was also told to check Planned Parenthood in case like this is like fails and kind of like my next option. So that's like, you know, the other alternative that I can go to and do, which I'm like, damn it, it's another appointment that I kind of like have to make and have to wait on and see if they're even gonna, you know, work with me. But I guess that's, you know, my next plan is trying Planned Parenthood to see if I could, you know, start my hormones with them and if they can like help me out. It's just very fucking confusing, and like, not even confusing, it's very stressful that like all these doctors are like denying me or like pushing me away or just, you know, not wanting to work with me. So let's fingers crossed and hope tomorrow is the day where everything, you know, tomorrow works, where I can get the ball rolling and finally, you know, get everything going. So keep watching so you can see how this works out. Well, like I suspected, I don't even know where to begin. Pretty much to kind of like sum everything up, the appointment was canceled, and I figured it was going to be. I figured that's what was going to happen. It was going to be canceled. I wasn't going to, you know, get my hormones or do anything, and this is so ridiculous. And like, honestly, like, I've been so fucking annoyed, like so completely annoyed, and like I'm lost of words pretty much. So definitely got canceled, and my only other option was to try Planned Parenthood. I called that place and they're booked until the entire month, and they said that I can't call until like next year to kind of like see, excuse me, to see if they have any openings or anything of that matter. And honestly, like, I'm getting really bothered because, like I said, I've been trying different places and nothing is working. And I'm legit gonna start looking to buy hormones on the black market or something, and my D shots, because this is ridiculous. My goodness. Life just doesn't want me to be a woman. I mean, not saying that I need hormones or anything like that to be a woman, but fuck, I definitely need them to feel a little bit more better about myself, okay? I mean, it will definitely help stop some hair growth at some places. It will help me, you know, get the more femme body that I need and that I want. a more feminine face, because makeup can only do so much. Shaving, waxing can only, you know, take so much away. Like, come on now. And if honestly, like, if I had me a sugar daddy, this wouldn't be an issue. But you know what? I don't have a sugar daddy, okay? And apparently I can't get a sugar daddy. Like I said, the only other thing that I assumed is Planned Parenthood, but they're booked. And homegirl's getting desperate here. Do you guys ever freeze your guys' yogurts? But it's pina colada, pineapple and coconut. But it's very ridiculous that I've been getting like a lot of shit this year. Like, this year has been really annoying on me. Like, I got kicked out of a hotel when I was in Las Vegas. I was there earlier this year, you know, just checking out the Excalibur Hotel. I don't know if any of you guys ever been, but it's a hotel in Las Vegas. It looks like a, you know, like a castle or whatever. And prior to going, I've never been into that casino or hotel or whatever you would want to consider that. But yeah, like, I've never been, so I wanted to explore it. So I go inside, and if I can link a picture of what I look like that day, I will definitely try to link it. But yeah, so I went in, and I was with somebody when I went in there. I was, you know, exploring, kind of happy, like, yay, I'm going inside a big castle because I love castles. And so we walk in the doors, and, you know, we're in the entrance of the doorway. And so, like, I'm looking around like, wow, this place is so pretty, it's so big, like, it's so nice. And as I'm like taking it all in, I see like security guards like walking up to me. I don't think much of it because, you know, there's security kind of like everywhere. And I see two of them walking up to me, and I turn, and I'm just like, okay. So I turn back away, and I'm like, you know, looking around, looking at like all the sculptures and everything. And they walk up to me, and their first words are, "What are you doing in here?" And I'm just like, well, me and the person that I was with was just like, what do you mean? They're like, well, what are you doing in here? Do you have a room? Are you staying in this hotel? And I was like, no, I'm just exploring I'm just trying to see what this place is all about because I've never been in here before. And they're like, well, you can't be in here. And I was like, well, why? And they said, what you're doing is a distraction to people that are in here. And I'm like, a distraction? What do you mean? And they're like, his paint, first of all, they were misgendering me. They're calling me a he. And I was just like, well, okay, so let me correct them real quick. I was like, well, I'm a she, and this isn't paint, this is my makeup. And they kept on going, well, his makeup is a distraction, and he can't be in here because it's distraction to other people that are, you know, playing the slots and everything. And I was like, what kind of bullshit is this? And they are like, and after that, they're like, yeah, we're gonna have to ask you to leave. And I was like bothered. I was like, fucking what? I have to leave because my paint is a distraction to people in here? Mind you, we're in Vegas, where people are always half-ass naked, where people are extravagant, where people are like, you know, the most extreme, where people can like self-express themselves. At least so I thought. And yeah, so I'm in this hotel, obviously, and yeah, so when they asked me to leave, I was, completely bothered. I was like, well, why do I have to leave? And they're just, they kept on saying because my paint was a distraction, and they kept misgendering me, calling me a he. Like, it's on the cameras. It's definitely on all the cameras at that Excalibur hotel. So don't ever fucking stay there. Just FYI. And after that, they, while I was walking out, they were laughing at me. They were mocking me. They were laughing. And obviously, it made me feel very uncomfortable. It embarrassed me because, first of all, the person that I was with and the other people that were staring, it was so embarrassing. It was degrading. It was not the most loveliest experience. So I was leaving completely upset, totally upset. I'm sure if you guys are following me on Facebook, you guys would have, read about this because I posted about it. But yeah, that was the experience that I had in Vegas, where it was completely freaking horrible. I've had so many Vegas horrible experiences when I was living there. And yeah, like nobody would really understand like how shitty it was until they were like walking in my shoes. And I'm sure there's other trans girls out there that kind of understand, but if you're a trans girl and weird on top of that, then you'd probably really understand me. Because there's trans girls that aren't really, I'm not trying to say I look super weird right now, but you know what, for the most part, like I usually have like, I mean, like I said, if you guys follow my social media accounts, you guys will know. You guys will see. And yeah, so it was the most embarrassing experience that I've had. And yeah, so don't ever stay at the Excalibur Hotel because they're transphobic there, and they're weirdphobic, and they're homophobic. So just so you know. But other than that, yes, I'm bothered that I don't have my fucking hormones. So I'm trying to change the subject onto other things because I'm that fucking bothered because I didn't get to do my blood work. I didn't get to talk to a doctor. I didn't get to do none of that. Okay? Like, all I got to do was just make another fucking phone call to Planned Parenthood, which yet they were still fucking booked. So, bothered. Bothered. This is legit annoying. But you know what? It's just another bump on the road. And I'm not going to give up, because if I give up, everybody else wins. So I'm not going to let that happen. I'm going to keep finding a way so I can get my hormones and get to where I need to be. Okay? So, this is just another fucking bump on the road. I'm just going to keep telling myself that. But if you are out there and you are struggling like I am, just hang in there. We're all going through some shit, okay? And it may be rough, it may be annoying, it may seem like, we're not going to get to where we need to be, or life seems like it's getting the better of us. Just hang in there, and I promise you, life will eventually work in its favor. Eventually. Okay? Well, sorry this video is kind of depressing and it's not as exciting as I assumed that it was going to be, but I guess it is what it is. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope my episode 3 may be a little bit better. So, bye guys.